Hello, welcome to the 11 p.m. show of Gangster Magician Tarot, where I will be your host, the Gangster Magician. How are we today, magical gangsters? I'm gonna get a little read here. I feel like I look like I'm a UPS driver. It seems like maybe I went a little too much from the brown today. I don't know. Is brown? What can brown do for you? Is what they say, I believe. So let's get our little rituals, our little ritualistic stuff here. We're very ritualistic. Very ritual people, so it's all right though. This is my favorite thing now. I love this. I literally do this at work. I do. I just sit there all day, just do this, and then the people I don't like, I go. I don't make faces though, but I do like do this, and they look at me all funny, like thinking you're like this guy's. He's really out there. This guy, he's really into this stuff, isn't he? So I say, yeah, I am actually. I really am. I tell them, you would never believe it. You would never believe that I'm a gangster magician, would you? But it is what it is, because, like I said, death's here for these people. A little selenite ritual. Death is here. Okay, because, Seven of Pentacles. That hard work, that perseverance, that long-term view you had, just put an end to it. If you gave up, none of this would have happened. It was all dependent on you giving up, okay? Because never forget, you're a Nine of Pentacles, like the past readings have been saying. That is what you are, okay? And there's no Five of Wands, no type of conflict, strife, rivalry that is going to slow you down. Ever. And then Archangel Michael said, well, what about me, brother? I said, hold on, I got you. All right, so Archangel Michael always, he has to come out and protect us during this, okay? Then we also have our love. This is for the love, brother. Open us right up. Open that heart chakra for us. So let's get the overall energy. I was being told that your DM may have been hospitalized for overindulgence, okay? So just know it's actually a good thing, because realistically it puts a stop to whatever it was, and it gets them away from these people. So we'll go with that for now. I mean, that's where it's at, I believe. This was where we left off. So see what they're all about, see what they're gonna do, see what they got planned here, see what's in the energy. Okay, well, why don't we? See what we got going here. You still got some people. I can feel it right in my side here. There's a little bit. They're coming for you. Okay, Two of Wands in reverse, but there's a fear of the unknown. There's lack of planning. They're procrastinating. They want to come for you, but they're not. They're trying, but they're not really getting it. They got a lack of inspiration. They know that, they're almost scared. I think they're scared to do stuff to you. I believe that they're actually scared because they know that, certain things have happened. They've seen things get returned to sender, okay? They've seen how you have the support of this emperor, okay? They also have seen that. Okay, so that makes them very nervous, okay? So that's why they're procrastinating, because they don't want this emperor to see what's going on. But they have no plan. They didn't plan this far, that's for sure. You know what I'm saying, brother? Do you dig it? So, yeah, it's basically what's going on with this. You got this, no plan, these people. Very lack of planning. Okay, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, because there was a lot of disloyalty here. A lot of stubborn people. Now they're being lazy, okay? They're procrastinating. They don't have the energy, okay? They don't have the energy now that you took it back. Okay, it says they're very impatient. They wanted this to, work like yesterday, okay? So just know that they didn't put no effort into anything, but they want all this to work. It's lack of ambition. Basically, a waste is what that says, Knight of Pentacles. So you just have right here, this is what's going on here. You have Two of Wands in reverse, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, fear of the unknown, lack of planning, procrastination, hesitation, creative block, lack of inspiration. With the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, disloyalty, stubbornness, laziness, impatient, lack of ambition, waste. This just sounds like somebody who really didn't make a plan, who really has no plan here, okay? Really don't. They really are shitting the bed on that one, because they know they have no plan, because this new world's coming. They can't come. This plan would have only worked as if you stayed down. This cycle would have only kept going as if you didn't get back up, okay? The fact that you got back up is why there's no plan now. Because, like I said, they didn't plan this far, and now they're showing themselves. They're showing what they are. They can't compete with you. It's just not possible. I don't know why they even think they could try, okay? Seven of Wands, because you're in complete control here. You are in complete control of this situation. There's no way that anybody's going to even come up in here, all right? The confidence that you're exuding is at next level, okay? You're here to protect. I can see you're standing your ground here. You're maintaining control. You're not letting nobody tell you what to do here, okay? And you sticking up for yourself, not going wrong with this narrative, coming back, being the best version of yourself is causing these people to be in the Five of Cups now, okay? Now they're in regret. They're all disappointed over this. They feel like, they picked the wrong side, and they did, okay? But again, I'll say it one more time. If, say for instance, your counterpart picked you right off the bat, okay, chose you right off the bat, you wouldn't never know how strong you are. You'd never be the way you are right now. So just keep that in mind. That's all I'm saying. Keep that in mind. All right, that just tells you this is how it was supposed to happen, okay? It doesn't even make a difference. It's almost like your counterpart, you knew they knew, okay? So it's like, all right, well, you knew that they knew. So why are you, but it is what it is. It has to play out. Everything has to play out. It was written. That's what they say. Okay, charity in reverse. So there's obstacles here. These people, they wanted to block you, okay? They were trying to oppose you. All right, they wanted the delays, okay, the setbacks. This is what they thought was going to, get you mad or, throw you off your track or, you know what I mean? Like, they just wanted basically, like, things just not to happen for you, okay? It would be like, always like, I'm going to get this thing, this job, blah, blah, blah. And then it always falls through. Or, oh, I'm about to get signed to this. Or, oh, blah, 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 this is going good. Anything of that sort, they would just want it to go to shit, okay? And then eventually you would give up this is what these karmic energies wanted. But the fact of the matter is that you're in the Seven of Wands. You're maintaining complete control, so it doesn't matter what these people say or do, okay? Because it's not the same as it was last time. This time, you're in complete control, okay? And they're still attacking you the same way they did last time, except with, people with less, I don't know. It's just, it's basically, like I said, it's the snake, the head of the snake. The snake has been tranquilized. And now it's scene 3. You're not even in the mood for this. You're just going to call animal control. Get them out of here, okay? 6 of Swords. You're leaving this behind, okay? Because what are you going to do? Sit here and you're not going to wrestle around with a tranquilized snake. You're not going to go chopping heads off. That's not your thing. I mean, you throw them in the box, we chop them in half and make them disappear, but we don't actually do it. We just snap our fingers and it gets done, okay? That's all we do. We're magical gangsters, for God's sakes. We don't get our hands dirty. There's no need for that, okay? Why would we get our hands dirty if we're magical gangsters? Think about it. Come on. Fuck out of here. What am I gonna do? I wouldn't be a magical gangster then. I would just be a regular gangster if I was going to get my hands dirty, wanted to do stuff. I want to do magic and make them, there they go, they're gone. That's why you're in complete control. Okay, and that's what you will be in for the foreseeable future, okay, because you have this Ace of Pentacles coming. You are 9 of Pentacles. You are clear as day, almost there. You are enjoying a very confident and abundant lifestyle, okay, because you don't have much to worry about, and that's just the way it's supposed to be, okay? You're supposed to be this free spirit right now. You're supposed to be having things. You're supposed to have the right people around you, and this is what is happening, okay, because the world's just cycle is complete, okay? Not only did you get this Ace of Pentacles, though, because remember, you are a 9 of Cups. You're a wish come true. You're not 9 of Cups, wish come true. 9 of Pentacles, you are also almost there, reaping the fruits of your labor. So you have an Ace of Pentacles coming, and now you have an Ace of Cups, okay? So that would mean you would have a 10 of Cups, or your foundation, and then that would equal your 10 of Pentacles. You coming together with your counterpart, that turns that into a 10 of Cups and a 10 of Pentacles. That's the facts, okay? Unless they let it get too far. We don't know how far this is going yet. Okay, so if your counterpart lets this go too far, then there may be not any way to come back from this. But right now, it seems like there's still something that can be done. Because if you have this Ace of Cups and this Ace of Pentacles at the same thing, that's telling me that they're still all right then. They do have the fear of the unknown. But everybody has the fear. You know what? You shouldn't have the fear. Because what's going to happen? It's going to happen anyway. Okay, 8 of Swords. This is why people get all in their head. Okay, they put themselves in a self-imposed prison. They fear this. They fear what could happen if this. What if I don't have this? It's more, instead of focusing on the positive, focus on what, basically it's like they're manifesting what they don't want to happen. Okay, and that is what 8 of Swords. They're all in their head. Okay, it's a self-imposed prison. There's no plans. procrastinating. You know what I mean? There's no inspiration. They don't even want to. They don't feel good. Okay, none of these people feel good. They feel terrible. Okay, because you're complete control here. You feel great. Okay, you got an Ace of Pentacles and an Ace of Cups. Everything is fine with you. Not only do you have the Ace of Cups, but you also have the Six of Cups. You bring unconditional love to the situation, okay? And you're accepting it too. You're receiving it. You've cleared your heart chakra out, okay? Your chakras are coming into alignment, okay? So all that energy is coming back slowly. It's not all going to come back in one rush, but you are slowly or surely getting all that back, okay? And they can tell by how you are acting, how you are carrying yourself, how you are responding to things. You have more, you unlock something. Somebody unlocks something in you, you know? You unlock the cheat code or something in yourself because you know things other people don't know. You know, you act the way people don't know. They're unfamiliar with the way you carry yourself. They've never seen anything like it. Okay, but they didn't see an Ace of Wands reverse because they didn't want you to start a new project here. They wanted you to not manifest your goals. They wanted you to procrastinate, but that is what they are doing. Okay, so they wanted to project you procrastinating for you not to accomplish your goals and basically delay yourself. Okay, that's what this Chariot in reverse and this Ace of Wands in reverse are. Okay, that's going to be exactly what they were projecting onto you. But now all they're feeling now is this Two of Wands in reverse, no plan, procrastination, okay? And they also have this Knight of Pentacles, laziness, no ambition, lack of inspiration. Eight of Swords, all on their heads. They could be imprisoned, okay? They actually could be in prison, okay? This could actually be in prison right now. So, or jail, I mean, because it doesn't make a difference what these people do anymore, all right? Because it's all over for them. Brother, it's over. When I tell you something's over, it is over, okay? Because who's it is over for? Who is it going to be over for? The King of Swords, reverse, of course, okay? Because they never got this far. They never planned this far, okay? That's why they're the ones that are in this Two of Wands in reverse, this, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, Eight of Swords energy, okay? They're clear as day, all on their head with no plan, putting off the inevitable, okay? Being seen as a malicious monster that's stubborn, abusing, deceiving. This person's coming off tyrannical of sorts. But Seven of Wands, you're in complete control with an Ace of Pentacles here, okay? While this King of Swords in reverse is, whatever projections they were trying to give you, whatever procrastination for you not to, get to the next level or, accomplish the goals or do what you want to do or, no, that's all coming back to them. What they wanted for you is what's going to happen to them. Because you're too positive. You know what I mean? Like, you are the one who brings the positivity, the happiness. You are your counterpart's happiness. You're the only thing that ever really truly made them happy. Okay, they know that now. Okay, as they sit in a hospital bed, they think back, they say, well, the only one who ever cared about me was at the F, and look what I did. Okay, and they're praying to God right now, and they're saying, God, please, if you just give me another chance, I'll do the right thing. That is what they're saying right now, because I can hear it in my head. So just know, whatever's going to come from that, we'll see, okay? But they're praying to God now, and they're saying that if you give them one more chance, that's what they're saying. That's what the discussion is right now. That's what I hear. Okay, because again, your positivity, you are your DM's happiness. You're the one who brings the fun because you are the sun. That was just under the deck, brother. Come on, that's another one for you. That is another one. Okay, how many times am I going to do this before people say, "Wow, this guy's fucking amazing. He's a magic." Okay, I do it so much that it almost seems like there must be a trick to it. But the fact is, I have no idea when that's going to happen. But just know your positivity is the reason why this King of Swords is in this Eight of Swords energy. Okay, this King of Swords in reverse. Okay, you knew this person was going to get theirs. Okay, this in the Queen of Wands in reverse. This person now is so visible in the atmosphere, in the environment that it's almost cartoon villain creepy with this person. Okay, that's how creepy this person is. It's coming off like that guy, I forget his name, the Smurf fucking, the guy that's big fucking guy. That's what they're coming off like. Oh, I forget the fuck his name, but just know, doesn't matter what his name is, but that's how they're coming off as. And you want to know how you're coming off as? You're coming off as this Empress, okay? That is for sure. Okay, people see you clear as day as the Empress. All right, perhaps maybe before this whole journey, like I stated a million times, I believe we're a Queen of Cups, a Queen of Pentacles, and a Queen of Wands, but definitely those three. But I don't believe you had the boundaries with the Queen of Swords, and I'm not sure you were completely there with the High Priestess Magician, okay? But you are now, Now you are. So you were able to gain the boundaries of the Queen of Swords. So that's like having your balancer, not to mention, you know, the ability to see with the High Priestess, to know what's coming your way, see the obstacles, and also being a magician, how to, you know, make obstacles disappear too. So that is something very impressive. You are quite the master manifester. All right, these people knew this though too, but that's how they were creating now. They were creating with your manifestation power, okay, while trying to keep you in this state of like nobody cares about you, blah blah blah. This was all by design. They've been doing this since you were a kid. Okay, this is how fucked up it is. Okay, that's what makes it so heinous. Okay, because they were doing it to you as a child when they should have been, you know, helping you. So it was almost like they were pretending to be the help. You could have even had a good childhood, or thought you did, okay? But it could have been so much better, but you didn't know that your divine energy was being siphoned by your own mother. Maybe you didn't know that, okay? It took you a long time to figure that out. And then when you do figure it out, it's difficult to even absorb that somebody would do something like that. And then when you find out actual evidence, that is when you're like, whoa, all right. But at the end of the day, it got you to be in this Empress. So the way I look at it is anything you gain, that's perfectly fine. It's almost like you thank these people because they're putting that energy into you. Okay, they just didn't think you were this smart. All right, and a lot of this has to do with God protecting you too. To remember that too. All right, because Page of Wands, because you are a confident and enthusiastic individual who is ready to take action on their dreams and passions. A young and creative spirit who is ready to explore new possibilities and express their ideas. That's exactly what you were saying, right? Remember, you were telling me that the other day. So remember, you're very confident, you're very courageous, you're very adventurous, bold, energetic, optimistic, and passionate. Okay, and that's great. I love it. Not to mention the sun, the happiness, bringing the happiness. That you bring the positivity to the situation. People are going to want to attack you too, but the fact is, that people now are seeing people like this King of Swords in reverse energy when they attack. You when you're in this Page of Wands, Sun energy. People, they don't, that really makes people like actually angry, okay, because they know how good a person you really are. Remember, not everybody's a demon, okay? Not everybody's completely healed, and not everybody's divine, okay? So, but there is a gray area. It's not all black and white, okay? People do see certain things, all right? It hits a nerve, okay, what's going on here. Hits a nerve with people because they know what was done to you, okay? They know what you've been through, all right? But at the end of the day, it doesn't make a difference because we have this Two of Pentacles here because you're balanced and flexible. You're adapting to the whole situation. It doesn't matter what these people have done to you, okay? They could put you in a box. They could put you in a hole. You're going to somehow adapt. You're going to come out. And you're going to go back to the way you are because all you have to do is call your energy back. You know how to do this, okay? So you don't forget this stuff. All right, your spirit is awake and your spiritual rank has went up. You really have taken this to the next level. And this King of Swords in reverse is all up in their head, Eight of Swords. That's where you're going to keep them in this self-imposed prison, if they're not already there. Okay, because Knight of Swords, you're too action-oriented, too ambitious, too knowledgeable, too keen, and too masterful. Okay, there's no stopping you. You're too impressive. Okay, that is why Seven of Wands, you're in complete control of the situation. Holding on to this Ace of Pentacles, because you are Nine of Pentacles, while also being a Nine of Cups as a wish come true with an Ace of Cups coming your way, okay? And all this positivity that you bring to the table, all this great energy, Page of Wands, is, causing this King of Swords in reverse to be, Five of Cups. They're in regret now. Now they're going to try to come towards you. Oh, it was a misunderstanding. They actually really knew that they were going to try that nonsense with you. And you're just going to look at them and you're going to walk away because this is how ridiculous this person is going to come off. That they're going to be like almost laughed out of the building. Like, that's really the way it's going to be. They're like going to be laughed out of the building. Which is interesting. Okay, because that's what they want for you. They want you to be humiliated. No, they're going to be humiliated times 10. Because you can't be humiliated. You don't even give a fuck. Okay, Five of Wands in reverse because now they want to avoid the conflict. This, like I said, this King of Swords in reverse, they're going to come to you and say it's a misunderstanding. Okay, now they want to, they don't want this, conflict. They don't want this with you. They're going to try to, hopefully maybe you'll let them off the hook is what they're thinking. That's what they're going to try to go with that route. But I don't believe that's going to work, okay, Three of Wands, because you already have a plan in action, and this person's ready to go, okay? This person's going to go down. This person's not going to ever get to you, okay? You think they're going to get to you with some bullshit, that they don't want conflict, and then you let them off the hook, and then they go do the same thing? No, this person, they got to go. This is the devil. They just want to stay. The devil has to go, okay? This age of Aquarius, we don't have devils in the age of Aquarius. Okay, we don't have these magician in reverse type characters, but we do have gangster magicians, but not magician in reverses. Okay, because these are one trick ponies whose that one trick has been seen through. Okay, and that is with this King of Swords reverse. That is the one trick. They use fear as their to keep in power. That's how they do it. Okay, they maybe they do a couple of things, and they make it to be that you need them, that the place won't run without them. Okay, even though that they're actually bringing terrible energy to the thing. Everybody hates this energy. Okay, even everybody around it, but it's hard to get rid of. This is a very difficult energy to get rid of. This is like I'm telling you, like my counterparts, they're saying in the 5D that this is such a difficult energy that they had to be done exactly the way it's been done right now. Okay, it took a lot of strength on your part for this to work. Okay, because this energy has been embedded into a lot of your counterparts' family, your own family, everywhere, just the whole world for forever now. Okay, this is the snake. This is the head of the snake. This is the snake that tricked Eve. I mean, that's what it is. This King of Swords. They're malicious. They don't care about anybody else. Okay, and they thought that they really nobody could take them down now. But you were the one who showed them. Okay, you're the one who actually bruised this one's ego. You really bruised this King of Swords ego that they've never stopped thinking about you after that. They actually became obsessed with you. Okay, and that being obsessed with you is causing this person to tower, because people want to know. They want to know what's going on. They say, why is this King of Swords in reverse? That's a magician in reverse energy. This person who lacks self-esteem. Okay, he's definitely disconnected from spiritual and material realms now. Okay, very stubborn and malicious. Why is this person going out of their way to block Chariot, okay, in reverse, Ace of Wands in reverse, trying to delay a divine union? What is the reason behind this? Okay, why do they now? They don't want no problems now, though, they say. Okay, but they don't even have a plan. Knight of Pentacles. There's no reverse. There's only laziness. They're just procrastinating. Two of Wands in reverse. Like I said, there's no plan. They didn't think this far, and that's why Eight of Swords are all in their head. They don't know what else to think. They're hoping it just goes away. They're telling themselves that this is just a bad dream. But no, it's all real. Okay, it's all real. And that is exactly how they look right now. And that is causing them a humongous tower, because people are asking questions. Why are you bothering this person? Why are you bothering the Divine Feminine, King of Swords in reverse? What is your issue with this person? They are nothing but positive here. That's all they've ever shown. Okay, this Page of Wands in Knight of Swords energy, okay, with this Ace of Pentacles and Sun, while being in complete control of themselves and the situation. And they clearly show that, while this King of Swords in reverse is clearly showing that they are out of control. Like a maniacal madman is what the way they're coming off. This is a family man, okay? This is somebody who, they came off as a religious leader. Try to present themselves as warm and fuzzy, but they're anything but. Okay, and they're clearly being seen as that, because they do not have the full energy like you. They do not run off universal energy. They try to attack this energy. They don't like this energy. They don't understand how you're still in this energy, okay? Because they know what was done to you they would never be responding like that. This is what confuses these people. The way you respond to them confuses them, that they malfunction, and that's how they take themselves out. So what's going to come of this? We already know. Now we know. This King of Swords reverse is going to try to come to you. He's going to try to apologize. Blah, blah, blah. They don't have a plan. Blah, blah. You're just going to not even listen, if that even comes to that point. Because they are in a tower, okay? 100%. They're a manipulator, magician in reverse. They're a clown, one trick pony. Being seen, already seen. Okay, they've been around longer than they really should have. But like I said, they somehow held some control there. And that's why you and your counterpart had to destroy this person. okay, because Hangman in reverse, because this person is very resistant, okay, I'm telling you, they are, again, delayed, dishonest, injustice, that's how they're staying there. Oh, this is preposterous, this is preposterous, this is, oh, we never, that's what they keep saying, it's preposterous that anybody would believe you, okay, I'm telling you this, I keep hearing it's preposterous, this person's a real scumbag, like, this is a real, like, you know, like one of those, oh, man. He's like, they like almost remind me of like a stuck up like jerk off professor or something. That's the way this person comes off, like just like a real like, you know, if you're like a day late, oh sorry, you got a 0 there, pal. You know what I mean? Maybe next time, you know, and then we'll insult you with like some backhanded insult or something that you're just like, you know, just never will. Or then they'll have their favorites too, and those are like people that are like them. Okay, that's the way they'll do it. So that's how they try to, you know, coerce others to be like that. Oh, well, you'll be my favorite if you, but you never will be like that. You were never gonna let that happen. Never in a million years. Okay, 3 of Wands, because you already have a plan here. You already have a plan of action. You're already moving along. Okay, you're already 7 of Pentacles. Have a long-term view. You've been persevering. You're hard work. You know what you got to do. Okay, and you continue to do it. And that's why you're at where you're at. This King of Swords in reverse did not plan this far. They didn't see this. They didn't see this coming. The Tower's here. They're being seen. They're still trying to delay it. Hangman into first, trying to cause a standstill. What else can we get out of this? What is going to be the end result here, God? What are we going to do with this person? We see that now they're caught. Now we know they're caught. They were hiding for a bit. But we also believe that the Queen of Wands was going to tell on them too. So, okay. All this, how this is going to end is by you, 6 of Wands, being publicly recognized for what you've been through, okay, because all of this, you know, conflict that you endured, all the hatred, all the lies, okay, while still remaining in complete control of it, still out of this Page of Wands energy, this, you know, energetic, very passionate, confident energy, while being positive Sun after, you know, being in situations where most people would have, you know, lost their mind, okay, while still being action-oriented and ambitious, Knight of Swords, even if you were detained or isolated, okay, and, you know, you still have this Ace of Pentacles coming. So, what else is there to say anymore, okay? Page of Swords, and that is why your new way of communicating is what really set this in motion, okay? This is this Tower, okay? The new way you've communicated is why this King of Swords in reverse, because they didn't think that anybody was going to see you, but you somehow or another showed them exactly they were wrong, okay? And that is why you are the one who brings the fun. And that's going to be recognized. 6 of Wands, okay? Publicly recognized. You're going to get the key to the city, brother. You're going to be cutting the rope. They're going to say, you're going to, whatever that is, a banner. It's going to be a what's it called? A sorry party for you. Apology party. So let's get our other cards out here, see if we could get any, what's it called? Clarification. Confirmation. It's confirmed. I have a good one. Last one was confirmed good. 7 p.m. show. You'll see. If you didn't see it yet. I try to do the reads and like the same thing. Like I try to make them like continue to have the same theme, because then it's like it makes it easier to understand. And mostly I'm pretty good about that. Some people are all over the place. I mean, come on, man. But all right, it's not about them. It's about us. All right, so let's get the overall energy here. Let's get the confirmation. Okay, so you have 9 of Pentacles. Like I said, that is what you are. You are the 9 of Pentacles. I said it several times during this reading. Okay, you had an Ace of Pentacles that last read. Okay, so just understand you are 9 of, but you're almost there. You're being seen that way too, not just by yourself, by a lot of people, okay? You know who the person that really matters that's seeing it? This King of Cups, of course, they see it. Of course they do. Okay, that's why my ears are ringing right now, because this King of Cups down knows that. Ringing very, very vividly, too. So I know that there is something coming out for you. People are seeing you doing what you're doing here, and it's very, very attractive. okay? Especially when you're Nine of Pentacles. This King of Cups loves it. But we don't know it's that way. We thought that they were in the hospital. That's it, okay? We thought that's what happened. But no, the Hierophant says that's not true, okay? That they institutionally support you do, okay? That they know you're a Nine of Pentacles. They know you have the Ace of Pentacles, and they know you build everything on the foundation of a Ten of Cups. And that's why you have this Ten of Pentacles, and this King of Cups wants to bring in the Ace of Cups to give you that Ten of Cups, okay? And then, you know, as the same person brings the King of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. So it works out perfectly for you, okay? And by them doing that, okay, the Hierophant supporting you, the Hierophant wanting you to be the face of the company, you know, the one who they choose, the one they want to make it up to, causes Tens of Swords for that King of Swords in reverse, okay? Because that person cannot come back, okay, from this, because they made their stance very clear on you, this King of Swords in reverse energy. And now they can't, nobody wants to hear it. People choose you. The people choose you. Divine Feminine, the collective. The people choose the collective. They don't want, they say you make things better. They rather you would be around. So now this person's got to go. Okay, Ten of Wands in reverse, and they're going to be the ones who, you know, maybe they're, whatever, your counterpart's releasing the burden with this person, okay? Because Ten of Wands in reverse, this person, they feel like they're doing it all now, okay? Because your counterpart released this. They don't want to deal with this person, all right? Because everybody knows that you are a high priestess. You see exactly what's going on, all right? So it doesn't make a difference what this King of Swords in reverse says, does anymore, because you have too many skills now, okay? Like I said, you picked up the High Priestess. You didn't have that before this. You picked up the Magician, and you picked up the Queen of Swords. So they still kept trying to do those same tricks, okay, that worked before when you didn't have those skills. But now that you have those, you know, attributes and skills, it doesn't work. It just gets blocked, and they have to experience that, okay? And that's, you know, and you showed this already, and they just still do it. Because the fact is they don't know nothing else. That's all they knew. That's all they ever knew. Okay, Five of Wands. So they do. They want this conflict. They want this robbery. They still want this. Okay, they were going to pretend, like I told you last week, they had the Five of Wands in reverse. Okay, so they were going to come off and try to make it like this is a misunderstanding, that, you know, it's preposterous that, you know, anybody would think that this stuff's even real, and that, you know, it's all in our, you know, try to gas, but it would do it in a gaslighting way. Okay, but at the same time, hope that you let them off the hook, and then they were going to do the same thing. Okay, and that's why they keep doing the same thing. And this is only causing more issues. They want this with you. They want this in your environment, but their environment is only full of Five of Wands, okay? Full of it, okay? Because you have the Knight of Wands here, okay? You have that passionate energy, okay? It's on fire. You're electric, okay? When you have the Knight of Wands energy, you're really coming off a certain way here, okay? This Nine of Pentacles, people clear as day see this in you. They love it. And not only are you a Nine of Pentacles, you're a Nine of Pentacles in like a very like positive manner, okay? It's clear as day being seen with you. And of course you do. So this whole Nine of Pentacles, everything you've been doing, all the skills you've been gaining is all for this Ace of Wands, okay? Because you have an urge to create, you're working on new products, new projects, you know, everything that you want is happening, okay? This is all coming together, because my ears are totally ringing, totally, okay? Like bad, all right? Because, like I said, you are Nine of Cups. You are wish come true. You do have that King of Cups. They want to bring you this Ace of Cups, because that is how you create your whole types of, your whole foundation. Ten of Cups, okay? And then that'll get you to your Ten of Pentacles, because you're already a Nine of Pentacles. It's very easy to get to the Ten of Pentacles when you build your foundation on a Ten of Cups, okay? People want to skip that part. They want to go right to the Ten of Pentacles. They want to take shortcuts. It's all about take. Not anymore, it's not, okay? Because again, Seven of Wands, you're in complete control of the situation. Complete control. So that confirms as a confirmation, okay, that you're in complete control, okay? So nobody's going to tell you anything. You will do the talking if you even want to talk, okay? All you have to do is listen, even if you want to listen, okay? But at the end of the day, is you're in complete control of what happens here, okay? Because you're the one who's sending this devil all the way back to hell to never be seen or heard from again. He's gone, he's gone, he's gone. So just know that's what people are seeing, this King of Swords in reverse right now. That's why they choose you. They don't want this. This person, their mask is off. They're finished. They couldn't hold up their agreement, their end of the bargain. Okay, because you know why they couldn't hold up their end of the bargain? Because you have too much temperance. You're too balanced. You had to be off balance. You had to be out of your mind. You had to be just totally all over the place. You had to be in this Five of Wands for this to have ever worked. Okay, you should have. They didn't believe that you could ever even overcame this. Okay, they never thought. Okay, Two of Swords, that you would be able to avoid these tough decisions without even having to do anything. You didn't even care. You were just whatever. You let it roll. You went with the flow. I mean, these people, they thought that they just thought you were the easy way to think. You were the lesser of two evils to destroy. Okay, so it was like take you out or this. So they looked at it like, okay, well, there's no way that they'll ever come back from this. Okay, there's too many of us. But the fact that you're almost like that, when they say, wow, like your past comes back. It's like when your past comes back to haunt you. That's what you are. You're the past that's coming back to haunt these people. Okay, because you have a Ten of Pentacles in reverse here with them, because that is why they're losing everything. It's the dark side of wealth. This means they had it all, and now they're going to lose it all. Okay, because that's what they wanted for you. Okay, they wanted you in the Five of Pentacles, but no, they're getting the Ten of Pentacles because they already had it. Okay, that was one of their blessings, but they, instead of appreciating having what they had, they want to take more and more and more. Okay, while at the same time attacking you, a chosen earth angel, for no reason. Okay, because they didn't want you to have anything. Okay, so what do you think is going to happen for that person? Of course they're going to be in the Nine of Swords. Now they're crying about it because they're being seen. They're caught. They're being seen. It's for what they are. I mean, how else do you want to explain it? How else can we, it ain't like it's not even an exaggeration. These don't even know what to do. People see how tempered, they see how balanced you are. I mean, well, so what's going to come of this now? I mean, this balance that they have, Ten of Pentacles reversed, that tells you everything. They're done. Because this is the last thing they want to happen. They'll never come back not having no money. This person's going to have $0. They're going to lose everything. Their credit, their house, their family. Okay, what else? They're probably going to lose their life. Death, okay? Because death is here for them, okay? The end is here for this person. So now we know the end is near for this King of Swords in reverse. Okay, because death, our leader, our Grim Reaper, he's here and he says, listen, brother, I'm here now. I'm coming to take it. The King of Swords, the regular one, told me that he's seen enough and for me to come get this King of Swords in reverse. So that's going to be the end result. Okay, brother, because your energy's too passionate, Knight of Wands. You're just too passionate. Okay, and people see it and it's electric. They love it. They love you. Okay, just like I love you guys. Okay, they love you as much as I love you guys. All right, so believe me when I tell you, you are kicking ass now, all right? Things are falling totally into place now. This King of Swords in reverse character will be removed from it, okay? And that's the head, okay? The head of the snake. Clear as day, done. Death is here for them, okay? You're in complete control. There was a lot of confirmation. So have a great day. Love you guys again. See you later. Thanks to all my new subscribers. I really love you. I'm very grateful for you. Thank you. Thank you. I'll never forget you. Have a great day. Bye.